Warmest greetings. Good morning from here. Very lovely to be with all of you. Um, Especially congratulations for making up the extra hour. So it would be nice to see where you're joining from. Do feel free to type in the chat. You get the feeling of um, going beyond boundaries with this technology. And meanwhile, I will just orientate a little bit that in this call we will have presentation, but also a chance to meet and share and discuss because we learn a lot when we get to process. And I came across these ideas when I was actually living abroad. And so this organization behind Inner Space, Brahma Kumaris, originally from northern India, founded in around 1936, many centers around the world. And so we can see here we're joined by those from India, Germany, US also, close down the road in Norwich, up the road Manchester, Italy, all over. And it really feels like we are meeting as a family and we're all learning together. The teachers here are also students. We're all refining these ideas and practicing. And so I'm going to hand over and introduce Dr. Prashant. So his background is medical, but has been more interested in the inner laboratory for more than 40 years, working and reflecting and sharing some of the understanding of this Raj Yoga. And yes, welcome to those in also Azerbaijan and more from US. Early morning for you. So nice. So welcome. As always, we really appreciate your questions. So do type them in the chat. We'll bring them into the discussion. So welcome and hello to Prashant.
Hello and good morning and very welcome. And the idea behind these sessions is to understand spirituality from a rational point of view. We might not use the word science because science has limitations, but we will be addressing science where science fits in. These are fascinating ideas. We are talking about the truth in this whole exploration is with the method of truth, trying to understand the true self and our true rules. What can make this world a happy world? What is possible, for personal level and collective level to achieve? Spirituality always addresses the root and the foundation, the essence. And here, even in the field of spirituality, trying to understand the essence of spirituality, that is the intention. So we will come to the subject very quickly, and we'll be covering different subjects on different days. And we will also have guest speakers. Some days some seniors will join us from Madhuban also. So we will have lots of opportunities. I'll start with using the whiteboard. And that is one thing you will see each day. We will be using the board. Try to understand these ideas, abstract ideas, and we need some visual images for that. Encouragement for those who are able to come in the light, in the camera, if you want to express things, like the interactive atmosphere, because we are dealing with abstract things, and there's we need to grasp them, with all possible interaction, and come with questions, and feel free to ask and discuss.
If you're not seeing the whiteboard now, let us know, because it's now on the screen. Yeah, thank you.
So we will start with the first message, that we are dealing with this world. Our world is around this big world, and let us try to understand this world with our, I'm trying to use this. Yes, we are trying to understand this world, and let us use this image. It is to represent a box, and this box is representing the world that exists. Everything that possibly exists in this universe is represented by this. It is a bit like seeing a bigger map. If you see the big map of this country, and in that context you see your city, you understand where you are, and where are the shortcuts. You are in a better position to see the map. So here we are seeing this physical universe, and we are also aware that this physical universe, it comes with labels. Those who have not heard this before, you get a first chance to answer. What are these labels? What label is relevant to us? We are given this world. What is the first label with it? As was said, we are encouraging you to come in the light, come in the cameras, and also come in the sound, so that encouragement is there.
Maybe sound, it could be more through the text kind of sound.
Yes.
Someone is saying status, so that's relevant. We are looking for status.
Yes.
Sometimes it's said chaos, like that's describing the world we live in.
Yes. Yeah. It is. There is a chaos going on.
Profession, so connected to status.
Good. Very good. So this world, it is around us, and in this world there is one label. It is constantly changing. Change is something which we cannot stop. Even this planet Earth is changing. Changing its place. We are moving in space at an enormous speed. So with change comes another word, another label, and it is end. Everything is to end here. Nothing is permanent. New things are coming there, and something is going constantly. You go in the garden, there are flowers. Go again in the garden after 1 week, there are flowers, but different flowers. It is like that. And another word is unpredictable. We are going to spend our life here in this box. So welcome. It is coming with this big label. It is unpredictable. It is going to end, and you are going to spend your life here. That's great. Now, it is not a problem. Something that is unpredictable is not a problem if you don't create dependency on it. Say there is airlines, and it comes with a label unpredictable. It is not a problem if you don't book a flight. But if you rely upon it, it's a problem. At your work, someone is unpredictable, unreliable. It's not a problem if you don't rely upon he doing some things for you. If you are relying upon him, then you will be going up and down as he goes up and down. So here is this world, and it is coming with this upfront labels. And very important for us, am I creating any dependency? So if you are taking notes, worth writing this down. Very relevant for our life, this word, dependency. Are there other words that can be used to describe this? We will be using some other words in synonymous with this. And one word is bondage. And another word is attachment. We avoid these words, but as long as you know, if you hear these words, it is to say that we are talking about dependency with that meaning. The reason we are saying this, some people may use the word attachment for love, and psychology uses the word attachment with different meaning, but we are dealing with dependency. Emotional dependency can be physical dependency, any dependency. So here is our world. We are asking the question, am I creating attachments in this? Now, the simple word my is a word of attachment. Symbolic. You know, you don't use this word easily to everything, but wherever you say it, something is mine, it means you have created some dependency there. And it will also mean you will feel inside loss if it changes. So each time you are using the word my, you are creating the dependency there. And what happens as a result? At a superficial level, my creates excitement. I own it. It is very interesting. People are here to build empires. They like to claim things very quickly. You say if you are just associated with something, you are asked, just look after this garden. Subconsciously, you start claiming it. You've just been looking after it for half an hour, but next day you will feel as if that is more important to you than other part of the garden. You know, you were looking after some dog. You will feel closer to that dog. You will start saying, "This is my," something closer. We like to build empires. That's why we are here. And I'm not saying something positive, but that is the way it is. Some companies, they exploit this. They say that some companies, they keep the laptop. They're selling laptops. They are a little bit out of focus. To bring it into focus, you have to touch it a little bit, and just you touching it, you get into the ownership with that. They want you to touch it, and then you feel you have to buy it because it is yours. you know so here we like this word mine, but what happens now? What is the other emotion comes with the word mine? Do you want to tell?
What are the other emotions, did you say?
Yeah, what is the feeling, emotion that comes when you start using the word mine?
You might mention the word possessiveness. Mine insecurity, someone said. Yeah, possession, some intoxication, but then fear of losing it, a kind of selfish ego, some chains. That's it. You feel obliged or authority. Maybe you think, I think I'm important because I've now got this, or associated with something. Attachment.
It's good. They are both very, very interesting to get into, understand what happens with something so simple as this. And then subconsciously you feel insecure. You got something to lose now. It can be anywhere. You go to some place, just you feel something is mine. Like as an example, you go somewhere and someone comes and gives you a plate, some food maybe, says, very welcome, this is a plate for you. And you are quite happy before any of these things. And suddenly you are getting given this plate. And a minute later he says, sorry, it is not for you. It is for someone else. I'm taking it. Sorry about that. And he takes it away from you. You will be left feeling worse than before. To start with, you didn't have that plate. You are quite happy. Now he has given you and then he has taken it back. You will be left with the worse feeling. Having why he has to take it away. This kind of feeling may come. Because you already created the feeling of my. And with that feeling, subconsciously, you already feel you can lose it. And that insecure feeling comes. Because this box is a temporary box, things are unpredictable. Subconsciously, we know this. Consciously, we forget. And we do not like that feeling, that no one, no creature, no animal likes to feel insecure even for 1 second. You will not choose to go in front of a tiger that is not in a cage, even for 1 second. We don't like that feeling of insecurity. We immediately try to address this. And one of the way we try to address this insecure feeling is with the word more. We think that if I have one more of this, that will be a good backup. I will, in case I lose one, there is another one. So you get two, and now that you can lose two, we get into this. We call it spiral, downward spiral. And this downward spiral says, I want more. That doesn't end this. There is no end to this downward spiral because you are caught into ignorance, really. Something that is innately insecure. You are looking for security within it. Rockefeller, at that time, he was the richest man on the planet. He was asked, how much wealth is enough? And he said, a little bit more. He made a joke, obviously, but that is the slogan of everyone. Everyone wants a little bit more. And that is that downward spiral speaking. Now what happens? Okay, this downward spiral, more we are at the lower end of this spiral, greater the misery. If someone is at this end of the spiral, less misery. All the authorities, health departments in the world, mental health institutions in the world, they have a big question. They said in the last 60 years, we have so much prosperity, so much technology, so much progress, and we have got freedom. We want to make the world happy. They are all trying so hard to do this, but we have more mental health problems. They are really puzzled by this. How come? Everything is done best. Parents are working really hard to give good future for the children. But this new thing that is coming. And why? Why mental health problems are on the increase everywhere in the world? It is because this downward spiral is not addressed. We are further down compared to 60 years ago. We are as a community going further down. Technology is used to take us further down. Prosperity is used to take us further down the spiral. It is all within that box. And so further down, there are more complications. The spiral, not just with physical things, it is everything. I want more, whatever. I want more attention. I want more respect. I want more this. They innately feel guilty to be content. When we are in that mindset, they feel they are not progressing to feel content. They feel they should all the time be more. That's something more. That is the idea of progress. They have put a label progress for this and going in this direction. Then what we are saying all along, we are creating this dependency in the process, dependency on a world that is broken. I'm using the word broken because imagine there is a branch, tree branch that is broken, and you want to take support, and you take support from that broken branch. Will you feel better or will you feel worse? You are there before, and you thought you will take support of this branch, but that branch is broken. Will it make you feel better? Yeah, you can answer. Or will it make you feel worse after taking support of this broken branch?
Fear. So assuming the answer is worse.
Yes, and so same here. This box we are talking about is a broken broken box. It has a label end. It is not just broken. It is just going to disappear. Things are going to disappear within it. And change. Change is guaranteed here. And unpredictable, it is guaranteed. So when a person subconsciously and consciously is spending a time of uh, feeling worse, more attachments he creates in that, more dependency he creates in that box. A question for you: is it possible to be in this world? In other words, you are in the city, you are in the job, you are with the family, you are doing everything that you are dealing with, and you got a bank account in your name, and zero dependency, no label mine. Deep inside, you don't feel mine. Is it possible? You are in the world and zero attachments. You can tell if it is possible. And if you say it is possible, that will be another question.
Someone has said yes, but it requires patience and practice. Another one is saying yes, it's possible.
So the next question is how?
Someone's patience and practice.
Okay. Here we are showing.
Possible if there is a certain consciousness.
Sure. Here we are showing a museum. I don't know where you will find this museum, but appears to be a very good design. So here is a museum. You go in this museum. There is a little twisted road to go to that museum. And there comes a time you come out of the museum. You spent 1 hour in the museum, and you were interacting with many things within that museum during that hour, and very happy because there are exhibits, people you are interacting, but you are happy to go in, happy to come out. You didn't create any attachments for 1 hour, but how did you manage it? You were interacting with everything there, you were interacting with people, and you created zero attachments. How did you manage?
There's nothing permanent in there. You're just there for visiting purposes. You're present.
Very good. Yes. You knew that you are a guest. You are a visitor. You are very clear of your exit. This word is very relevant for us, exit. And if there is a guaranteed exit, you are not thinking of going in creating attachments there. It appears absurd. If you are going in 5 minutes, what am I collecting things? Putting the label my, that creates clarity. Just knowing that you are a guest, that prevents you from going in that spiral of attachments and dependencies. So a question for you. Let us come to our world. Are we guests in this world? Or has anyone got plans to stay here?
Yes, we're guests.
I am asking this question because there are people who wants to be immortal. They sleep under infrared lights and things like that. If anyone wants to be immortal, try this. At least with a certain infrared light.
Embalming or
There are some other.
cryogenics or something, freezing the body.
Yes. So you will have to be strict with the diet and all. But if you are not making those plans, then it means you are a guest. And it also means you have a guaranteed exit. There is a good chance, even those who are trying to be immortal, they are trying to be immortal. But so far, no one has become immortal. There is a guaranteed exit. This is what we know about ourselves. And it is a good thing for us to know. If I'm a guest, okay, let me know clearly that I'm a guest here. And then I have the right attitude towards it. The worst thing is to promise something and which is not right. You are told this is yours, and like this example, someone gives you a plate and afterwards says, sorry, it is not yours. That is worse. To create a wrong assumption. That is worse. Better to know what is your right situation. So here we are guests. There is an exit, and this exit is without my permission even. That really tells me that this box we are talking about is a absolutely foreign world for us. Foreign world means we truly don't have rights. Nothing wrong with foreign. People like to go on holidays to foreign countries. But he knows that he has no rights there. He can be an observer. He can take photographs. He need to know what he can do, what he can't do. And then he comes out. This is our confusion. To come in this temporary world, foreign world, with the wrong presumptions, and then go down the spiral and create total chaos of our lives. And that is unnecessary. Here, different way of looking at things. One understands, okay, I am a guest, I'm a traveler, I have an exit. Sure, now let us proceed. The moment he understands this, he actually discovers he's secure. He's absolutely secure. He got nothing to lose. No one can deprive him, no one can deny, because it was not his in the first place. This is the first thing, secure. And on the contrary, now he feels everything what he sees is a nice gift, nice experience. Just like if you are going through a park, I know it is not my park, but I enjoy the way it is. It is nice, everything I enjoy. The birds there and trees there and enjoy, and I come out. It becomes like a gift. Same here. The person who is seeing in this way understands he is a traveler passing through this. He's a guest. Just this one word, guest. He deep inside, consciously and subconsciously feels he has got nothing to lose. Now these words, secure and insecure, they are very relevant for every living creature. You come across any animal, that animal is thinking, am I feeling safe with this human being? That is what it is thinking. It may decide to run also by seeing you, or it may decide to come closer to you. It is first checking, am I safe here, with this creature, with this human being? You are also thinking the same. Am I safe with this animal, or am I in danger? The same you are thinking with every interaction, every situation. Am I feeling safe? Am I feeling not safe? Security brings out the best in you, in any creature. A dog, cat, make them secure, you bring out the best. Make them insecure, you bring out the worst. These are very central to our existence. We want to survive. We want to feel safe, secure. Whenever anyone is secure, when you make anyone secure, the security brings out peace. A secure person experiences happiness. Secure person experiences love. Anyone, if you make anyone insecure, his love will decrease. His love will become less. It is like with everyone. It is like that. Best relation, best friends, people with spiritual ideas, you make them insecure, you bring out the worst. Their love will become less. When they're secure, love emerges, love becomes. When there is security, there is a feeling of contentment. When you are secure, it is interpreted as fullness. You feel full. And all this emotional stability that helps at another level. When we secure, he experiences more concentration, better concentration. Secure person has better clarity. You are able to think more clearly. Concentration will help definitely. And you are more creative. All along, I want to come back to the starting position. We said we are just passing through this life. We are going through this journey. And we all want to have a better quality of life. Everyone, and it is good. Why should we have a lower quality of life? Good quality. And for the better quality of life, along with the outer world, We need to make our inner world richer. You got lots of gold, but inside you are angry and you are depressed. That is not a good quality of life. To make the inner life richer, we should not be going in that downward spiral. Downward spiral lowers our inner life. That's why we saw the foundation of security, that feeling secure, that helps you to experience richer inner life. And with all these feelings, he is not ignoring this world. He is still in this world. A guest, but he is in the world. Guest is very much involved. But now he is involved with this inner fullness, inner richness. His involvement in is out of enthusiasm. Motivations are coming from positive factors. He's creative. He has new ideas. He loves. He's happy. He wants to express his happiness. All these are the reasons why he is involved. When we are insecure, what happens? We said the moment you create any dependency, subconscious insecurity starts. And this insecurity, we said, no one wants to feel insecure even for 1 second. And that makes you experience desperation. You feel internally desperate to feel secure. And where there is desperation, desperation, and you are not sure whether you will get it or not. Whatever you feel, I want bigger job, that will make me secure. That is what your idea. And you are not sure whether you will get it or not. Uncertainty. That is what we call stress. Stress is defined as a desire uncertainty complex. You have a desperation, you have a desire, and you understand you are not going to get it. They are not going to give you. Then stress disappears. Stress is there if there is uncertainty. If the uncertainty is removed, you are not getting it. Then the stress is removed. But it takes another form. It will take the form of anger. If you are not getting it, but you can't blame anyone, then that anger is directed towards yourself. And it takes the form of depression. And if you are not getting it, someone else gets it, you will find yourself in envy. It is possible one can get all of this also. It is, for a same situation or different situations, and different combinations of this. Like, for example, stress, the word tension is also used for this. Fear is used for this, in different words. Anger, the whole range of anger, irritation, annoyance, road rage, and revenge, all of those come in that department. Depression, just being in a bad mood, being sad, unhappiness, that is department of depression. Comparison, that is also department of envy. They are into this spectrum of unpleasant feelings, and you will see that origin is insecurity. 100% of our unpleasant feelings, their origin is uncertainty, insecurity. And insecurity is there because of their downward spiral. You are creating attachments into that foreign world. One who is spiritually intelligent, he understands he is a guest. It is very sensible. If you go to someone's house and start claiming things, then you are not very sensible yourself. Because it is childish. Children can do something like this. And what happens? When it is time to go, they cry. So we could be doing something like that. It is not intelligent. One who is spiritually intelligent, for him it is very, very clear. He is a traveler. He is passing through. He knows not one atom of this world belongs to him. That he is a traveler. He is not going to arcade. Not just superficial word traveler. There are many poets telling us, there are many songs telling us that we are guests and we are travelers. But one who is spiritually intelligent, he stays in the experience that he is the invisible traveler. Maybe I can ask you the question, why invisible? He sees himself as an invisible traveler. Traveler, we agree. Guests, we agree. Why this word invisible?
Because you can't see the real self.
Yes. No, we said, if not one atom, we can take with us. So the whole world of atoms and molecules, we don't own. If I was to own them, I should be able to take them with me. That's why this guest we can see clearly. Yes, we are guests. But one who is intelligent, he understands. He is a guest, but he is an invisible guest. And passing through this world of molecules and atoms, amazing, different colors and lots of things, but not mine. Just as we gave the analogy earlier, you are passing through a park, all nice, beautiful things. It is nice too. It is a nice gift, thank you. But I don't own anything there. Same is the attitude here. Invisible traveler, flying past, passing through this great world of atoms, molecules, and interacting with it. He at most can be a trustee of many things. Temporarily, trustee means it's temporarily owning. He at most is an observer of things. He's a traveler. He's a guest. To remember some of these words help us to understand what we are talking about. All these words collectively help us know our attitude, our relationship with this world. In all of this, there is freedom. there is independence. You don't create dependency. You are independent. That is what we want. More the independence, more secure you are. Another word that is relevant for us is detached involvement. One who is awake to this beautiful truth. He is very much involved, but at the same time, he is, I'll write this, he is detached, at the same time he is involved. Detached involvement. Guest is a good example of this. Guest is very much involved. At the same time, guest is not part of it. When there's a guest in your house, he visits, he's very involved. He's using things, he's sitting on a chair, he's in the house. But at the same time, he's free. Detached in this case with the meaning of free, with that meaning. Independent. We are using these words, but to understand with what meaning we are using. Very detached, but as we are seeing here, one who is in that state, he is more loving. Sometimes people say detached means not loving. It was just the opposite. More you are free from all this confusion, more you are free from dependencies, more loving you will be. So we want to grasp this personality. This personality, there are no complications. The one who is insecure, we saw the list of things, but with all this going on in the head, he remains helplessly selfish because he himself insecure. All the complications of human personalities are because of this desperation. We are talking about when you are insecure, there is desperation. One who is in the desperate state, he is not sort of thinking of the world. He remains helplessly selfish. He can be doing some manipulation, talk about love, sing songs of love, but he himself is in need, desperate. In some languages, desperate is a swear word. Someone who is strong word, it is seen as a swear word. But insecure person, deeper inside, there is a desperation to feel secure. More attachments, more the insecurity. Any weakness that you see in anyone that you do not like, then any weakness you don't like within yourselves, 100% of the times, its origin is insecurity. And if we want to remove the root of that weakness, we have to address that insecurity. Yeah, it will be nice to hear some thoughts from you.
It's just making me think that it's very recognizable. And when that feeling of deep insecurity is there and we haven't got a way to step back, we might think that's who we are. We identify with the feelings, and then it's a very difficult place. So that psychology of projecting outside to cope with all of this, whereas actually it's actually a mindset. But to examine this clearly is very difficult with the mindset of insecurity. So it's kind of like a darkness. So to just see this objectively and the option we have. It's very interesting. There are some questions, but someone is just asking, could you repeat the point you just made about weakness?
Yeah. We said any defect, weakness you do not like in anyone else, or any weakness you do not like within yourselves, its root origin is insecurity. You will see the connection 100% of the times. And if you address that root, you remove the weakness. The method to remove the weakness is address this.
Yeah, thank you. Someone is asking, I go to work for 8 hours and sometimes come out more frustrated, irritated with the busyness of things. What is it that was claimed there? What attachment did I create, even though I know it's temporary?
Yeah, as we go further, we will be seeing more clearly different aspects of our journey that will help better.
We'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
Another question, why do some people get upset with that which is invisible? They might feel in competition to enforce a fixed worldview only on what is seen. Do you understand the question?
Yeah. Again, we will see our present limitation, how, and we will be seeing it in time, that there are limitations how we see this world, and yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, everyone wants to know the truth, but it is like understanding how to know the truth.
And maybe that's connected to this next question. How can we address the right root? In other words, truth, you just mentioned, because sometimes our roots are learned. We have this learned behavior.
Yeah, that's why what we mentioned at the beginning, our foundation is rational discussion. So we try to understand rationally and rely on experience, personal experience, and all of that gives us the foundation.
What if your sense of security in life has always been fleeting? So you're more familiar with being insecure in this life and being defensive to protect yourself.
Yeah, anything that is not seen, if we do not see things clearly, we get deceived. So if someone is looking for security in this box, that is what people think. They can have more gold. Why do they want more gold? Because they feel secure. They want bigger job and more jobs and some people loving them. They think all of this will make them secure. But they are looking for security within that insecure box. It is like relying on a broken branch to make you feel good. And that broken branch will actually make you feel worse. And that's why everyone is deceived in the process. The reason we are discussing this so that we can see more clearly what is happening to our lives. And then we can take the right steps.
I know when I was new to these ideas, I didn't yet realize the power of information that becomes a kind of wisdom, because even hearing it, something can change inside, but practicing it, even these words on the board, it can shift your vision. So maybe it's a nice time to have a practice to experience some of the ideas.
Yeah, that's good. So we use these words, the guest and the traveler. Let us experiment with it. To begin with, we are just reflecting on this word, the invisible traveler. This invisible traveler is a guest. We all have experience of being a guest. A guest owns nothing in the place, and he knows he loses nothing. In any household, a guest is the one who experiences freedom. He feels more free compared to anyone else. Guest is the one who experiences lightness. Guest is more appreciative of the place. And guest is the one who feels surprisingly more secure. He got nothing to lose. Feels secure inside. He knows he wants nothing there, and so he loses nothing. Got nothing to lose. Guest is the one who doesn't take anything personally because he is himself a guest. He is very relaxed about things. Consciously, subconsciously, he is less likely to take insults. We remind ourselves that we are guests on this planet. This invisible traveler is the guest. And being a guest, he knows he doesn't own anything here on this planet. And so he doesn't lose anything. The guest, invisible guest, knows he doesn't own anyone else. He never loses anyone. He doesn't even own the body. So he never dies with the body. Invisible guest, he knows he doesn't own a single atom of this world. We try to grasp this. This invisible traveler is just flying through this world of atoms and molecules. As if he is flying through a park, but he remains the same what he is. He loses nothing, he is not harmed, he is beyond harm. Invisible traveler, he experiences every moment as a gift. Every experience appears like a gift. He experiences freedom of a guest. He experiences that total lightness of a guest. he experiences security of a guest. He experiences the greatness of the self. All he has done is just see himself very clearly, see the world clearly. Thank you. We mentioned at one point, you make someone secure, make your dog secure. You bring out the best. Make the dog insecure, you bring out the worst. Same thing happens. Any human being, make that human being secure, you bring out the best. Make the human being insecure, you bring out the worst. That is an absolute law. And the leaders of this world need to know this. You make another country, another leader insecure, you bring out the worst from him. And then you have to deal with the worst of the other person. Make him secure, you bring out the best. And then you deal with the best of the other person. These leaders of today, they are threatening each other. They bring out the worst and then they are trying to solve it. I got a button and someone says, I got a bigger button. And okay, now let us sign a treaty, this kind of position. Gandhi played a very different game. His non-violence, included he would not criticize anyone, no jokes about anyone. In the ashram, no fun at the cost of anyone, no personal animosity. Everyone felt secure with him. Everything was transparent, upfront. He doesn't agree with some policies, they were upfront. Everyone knew exactly what he's standing for. And so everyone felt secure with him. And what others couldn't solve, he was able to solve. British government had Gandhi was in prison, and during British government had put him in prison. But British government was also telling him to write to Hitler, because they knew that his word has more power than anyone else's word. He can solve things. So why would British tell him to write? Because he brought out the best of others. Others felt secure, bring out the best. And then it is possible to operate in a different way. If everyone else is bringing out the worst of everyone else, and then it is more difficult to deal with it. Then we have to fight wars. But the same law applies to ourselves. At present, more we go in this spiral, we make ourselves insecure. And we are stirring up our own worst. So here we are saying, for 1 minute, this guest, the word we are using, it is not a new thing. As was said, it is in the poems and songs, and philosophers are telling this. Prophets are telling us this. But what is new, if we experience it? If we experience this even for one minute, that is new. And during that minute, you will be going up the spiral. You will experience that, as we did just now. It is a feeling of new perspective altogether. Same world, but you are seeing in a new way. But that will also bring about a deeper change in you. So it will be nice to hear some thoughts from you.
It's interesting how what applies to others also applies to the self, and what you just said, to make ourselves secure, and we can also stir up our own worst. So that implies there's a little preparation maybe before we try to address the situations, because we're definitely in this box. But the question is what's the quality that I'm approaching the situation? That perhaps is the meditation to experience our own stability. And then we do the same things as trustee implies. Similar, we have duties, we're not running away. So that was very helpful.
Nice. Yes.
Any other questions right now?
Right. There's one more aspect I would like to underline in this context. More we are in this journey of attachments. With attachment comes a personality that we call victim personality or victim mentality. With first attachment, you will get into this feeling because now you can lose it. That kind of subconscious feeling, poor me, I am going to be a victim here. So this journey in the downward spiral, it just promotes the mentality of the victim. And what happens with victim? There are all cluster of behavior patterns in the victim. But one is victim is hardwired to look for dangers. His focus is on dangers. What are the next danger going to come to me? This is important for a victim. So there are 10 things may be going good in his life, one thing going wrong. That one thing wrong that gets more attention than all the 10 good things. So as the victim gets bigger and bigger within this mentality, its focus is on all the dangers, all the negative things, and there is no time for anything else. It becomes a negative life. So in the midst of all the gold and cakes and everything going on around him, his inner life becomes continuously negative because he feels there are so many things he can lose. That is the victim. And victim comes with a beggar mentality. He says, oh, please be nice to me. Please praise me a little bit. Please be kind. And he's begging for mercy silently. So victim and the beggar, these are the lowest denominations in any society. Like in your town, there will be some merchants and there are some policemen and there are lawyers and there are some people, some agents. But then there are also beggars. Beggar is the lowest in the hierarchy. And so here one chooses the mindset of the victim and a beggar. We said inner life becomes poor, very poor. Okay, we also saw there is a option for 1 minute. You saw yourself as a invisible traveler passing through this. And You got nothing to lose. For 1 minute, you discover a mind where you are never a beggar and never a victim. That many things happen there, but you got nothing to lose. We said even the body dies, but this invisible traveler, he doesn't die. When the death he doesn't see himself as a victim, not for 1 second. We use the word noble for this personality. That victim is replaced by the inner noble personality. Noble, he feels very lucky. Everything is good. It is a nice extra experience for him in that park. He did not lose anything. He's not making some superhuman effort to tolerate or anything. No, it was a nice experience in the park. And he's coming out of the park. He knew beforehand he's not going to stay there forever. So invisible traveler is passing through this. He knows beforehand. He's not a victim. It was nice, different experiences. They were gifts. He stays in those higher experiences. And as a result, that affects the personality. If someone is experiencing all these feelings, that is what his personality is. Inner life becomes very rich. Inner life is rich, but outer world, if sees every moment as a gift, that also becomes perspective itself is very rich perspective. One can truly say no comparison with these two mindsets. If one is not out of this, internally you may have gold around you, and you may have power, position, but inner life is poor. Person who is in this, his strength is clarity. Invisible traveler, he is seeing truth. He is more in that direction of truth. And that's why he's not deceived. It is not based on something false premise. As a result, never deceived down the line either. Remains free, enjoys his inner life, enjoys the outer life. So definitely higher quality of life. Starts with 1 minute, but every minute gives you experiences that makes the next step easy. That's why start with 1 minute, but that will lead to the next more refined experience, and it will continue to get refined. So let us hear some thoughts from Sarah.
What I find is we need like revision, and these are things which some part of our brain might say it's so simple, but another part might take time to grasp it, because it's like coming behind all of the thinking that has come from the insecure mindset and just gently questioning it as like a premise that my very being is somehow vulnerable. But actually, we can create, even if it's 1 minute, as if we're starting from a completely different seed. And that's why I quite like the playful approach, really going to allow oneself to be fully in this atmosphere of security, backed by rationality. So it's nice. So maybe it's a good time for discussion, and I'll read the question which you want to comment before we open up. What are the signs of dependency or bondage? How does the guest perspective cultivate the secure mindset? And how can this be applied? Is it fine?
Yeah, very good.
So this is a reflective question that maybe we can just create a few minutes for. It's in the chat. And the idea is to hear from each other. Some of us on the call have heard these ideas before, so kind request to keep the sharing within what's been discussed today rather than jumping to more sort of further aspects of Raj Yoga, and giving chance for everyone. There might be a coordinator in your room to help facilitate. So enjoy, and we'll be meeting back in just over 10 minutes. Thank you. Welcome back to everyone. I hope that you got a chance to share and also had some inspiration from others. It's always nice to create a little pause, maybe to dwell on one aspect, the feeling of this, maybe one word, one aspect. I feel it could be as simple to experience some of the ideas, as simple as creating time for even one of the words which were mentioned, connected to the reality of guest. And also newness, like for me just now, the thought was noble, seeing the lightness, but also the honor of that position and how it's directly opposite from victim feeling. And acknowledging, I think, even the small insights and experiences, they kind of build more quality and more clarity. So yeah, nice. Hope also came up. Clarity. These are very precious, aren't they? These insights. So happy to hear your thoughts, and let's welcome back Prashant meanwhile.
Hello. Let us create another minute of experience. We are seeing the perspective of this invisible guest. That invisible guest going past this amazing world. He is happy with coming in this world, happy with living this world. The whole experience is an extra gift for him. Every moment appears like a gift. He's happy to come, happy to live. Invisible traveler. For him, every moment is very, very rich. It's like a little miracle. Different experiences, the variety of experiences. The journey appears like very rich and positive. The same world. He has got no complaints and no problems. He's involved, he may be a trustee within it, and he is trying to solve things within it. But all along he knows that he's safe and he's a guest. And he's got nothing to lose. He remains noble. And from that, loving. Never an offense taken, no, never a need to give offense. Invisible traveler. We are just seeing the perspective, just for a minute. Thank you. I often like to give an example of a boy who was visiting some family. And the family, the host family, gave him a toy to play with. The story, the short version of the story. This boy is crying. He got a toy, he's crying because he cannot take it home. He's not playing with the toy. Toy is in front, but he's crying. And he went home crying. Gives you a real idea how this attachment can change life. That victim, we said, it can change something that is positive into negative very quickly. Children or adults, it's the same thing. Pairs is sometimes people might think we got this is extra, we want to have both something. But the moment we go in the direction of confusion, it is like a breaking the law, and something that is temporary. You are claiming, you are taking support of it. It deceives us. It is not that I got old supports plus this support. No, this deceives us, takes us away from our natural state. And so this boy, in example, he has got many toys at home. He is the only child in the family, and everyone wants to make him happy, and he's crying because this toy that is given to him to play, he cannot take it home, and he did not play with the toy. There was another boy, often I like to give his example. And when he's given toys, he would get other children play with the toys. And then when it is time to go home, he has toys at home. And there is another time there are no toys, he would play with stones and sticks. And there are no toys. Okay, enjoy silence. One who is sensible enjoys life. And one who gets in this direction of confusion, he cannot enjoy the toy that is in front of him. A big lesson for everyone for how to deal with our life. the big message. We are already into that spiral. We have forgotten the life of this invisible traveler. So we have to bring ourselves up the spiral and grasp this journey. Things are positive. Everything is positive. What is offered to us is good. We just need to come out of this childish perspective. This applies to the whole human race. And any comments? It is a nice opportunity if you want to ask anything.
I'm not seeing any questions right now. But I'm sure they will come.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't realize the images are saved.
Oh, wow. That's a new thing.
Yeah,
They
that's
were
a
fully
positive.
detached, but they came back anyway.
Yes. So here, quickly showing this journey. We see these two personalities. One personality where deep inside you know you are secure, and from that the feelings of fullness and peace and we said that the personality is influenced by all this deep inner love, and you are not selfish. That is the personality. Other personality, all kinds of complications, and we said weaknesses, or it can be any form, but we saw the gross ones where it is anger and sadness. One person said to me, he was at that time 44 years age. He said, when he was 18, he wanted this. He was very clear what I want to achieve in life. And he said, now I can say, I got all this. What I wanted, all this. I got this. I got more than what I was hoping to get. But he says, I'm feeling empty. And I can get more of this. But right now, I got already what I wanted, and I'm feeling empty. How do you explain this? What is happening? You get, and why should you feel empty after getting all this? You should be feeling full. He goes to therapist, and the therapist tell him, you should be happy. They tell him, look at this, you should be happy. But he says, no, I'm feeling empty.
Like we get a programming, I'll be happy when or if, and that doesn't go away. Comment, material things don't satisfy the invisible traveler.
But why empty? Why he feeling empty?
Maybe it shows more clearly that we can't be satisfied here, that we get what we think we need, but it's not what we really want.
So what is happening? And this, you will come across many examples of this. And that example of the boy is a good one in this. The boy got a toy. He should be happy, but he's crying. Why? It is the same phenomena. So here, what is happening? He got this goodies of this world he was hoping to get, but they are in that box. That is what he wanted. He got his things in the box. That is taking him further down the spiral. And as you are going down the spirals, there are demons there waiting. That insecurity starts coming in. It is increasing. And as was said, with insecurity, the feeling of emptiness comes. One presentation of insecurity is emptiness. That's why secure feeling creates fullness. The invisible traveler, he says, I don't own anything in that park, but he feels full. He doesn't feel empty. He's because he doesn't own those trees and he doesn't own that land. He doesn't feel he's empty. He doesn't want. He's just passing through. He's just visiting that city for a day. What will he do with work? Carry these trees with him? So he said, I don't want to own anything. He enjoys it. He goes. Whereas one who has created attachments, that insecure feeling comes, that creates feeling of emptiness, and and that is increasing emptiness, and they are trying to address this emptiness. Everyone in the world, they want an experience of fulfillment. But this is a big area, fulfillment. So they are all trying to get fulfilled feeling in this world of goodies, and it never comes. Fulfilled feeling never comes. They always feel, if I get something else, I will feel fulfilled. Big secret about life. Come out of this box and you feel fulfilled. Starting position is fullness. And then every moment is extra. It is a gift. I'll tell you one more story. Is that okay? And then we will be finishing after this.
Yeah, there are a couple of questions. Do you want to take them now?
Yeah, let us take them.
So first question, how does the guest attitude and responsibility go together?
Yes, very good. First is that let us know the truth. If I'm a guest, I'm a guest. There is no argument. If I'm a guest in someone's house, I'm a guest in the house. Responsibility and all, we'll see it later. But first, just because of responsibility, I can't forget that I'm a guest. I may be asked at some point, too many responsibilities. You leave today, you know. uh, So, uh, but in that personality, a trustee and personality where there is enthusiasm, trustee always takes responsibility. And bank, bank manager, he doesn't own anything there. He doesn't own the bank, he doesn't own the building, he doesn't own money, but he is quite happy to do the duty as a trustee, and feel very, does the job with responsibility. That's why there are managers in this world. All the managers, they don't own anything, but they manage. Same here also. Sometimes I have heard from people, they visit the place and they say, we want to do things. We are so motivated to do things here, but we don't do it in other places. They don't do it in their own place. But they feel, because in that personality, there is happiness and there is good feeling inside, enthusiasm. And from that, they feel like doing things. That's a good space from where to do things, to be motivated.
Yeah, that's helpful. Another question came in, and I think it's similar, that we do need to satisfy, okay, we are satisfied with the qualities, but I still need enough to live adequately. How can we define this?
Yeah, sure. This story that I'm going to share, that will help us.
One more question, maybe also helped by the story, but while on the journey, we might, when we get into conversation with others, interaction, we might find ourselves moving away from this experience of being invisible traveler. Any suggestions on how to stay in this mindset whilst conversing with others?
No, we need to create our own program. That's okay. We will be losing it many times, but we create our own program. If we introduce even this 1 minute, many times a day, that is good enough. And that will take us up the spiral. And as we go further up, it will continue to become more and more natural. The story. In this story, one man was falling off a cliff. And as he was falling off, he tries to catch hold of some branches of a tree. And he asks for help from God. So God immediately is there to help him. And God tells him, if you want help from me, you have to do what I tell you. So this man agrees. He will do what he is told. And he says, I will do it for the rest of my life. And that he absolutely trusts God. So God said, I'm very impressed that you trust me. And not many people tell me this these days, that they trust me. So you are very, very impressed with it. In that case, let go. Tell me that he will do whatever he is told. So let go. Let go of these branches. So he is quiet. Long silence. And after the long silence, he says, is there anybody else there? And nobody else there. So he has to listen to God, let go. And when he let go, he discovered he was on the ground. And now that he's on the ground, he can go back on that tree and he can do the same thing what he was doing before. He is with the branches and he's doing the same thing. And what is the difference? Now he's playing with the branches. Earlier, he was in panic. He was with the branches before, but earlier his time was in panic. Now he's playing with it. Same branches, same world, same thing going on, different mindsets. The play and panic, they are very different. And what made the difference? Just feeling secure. He has touched the ground, feeling secure. And now, having touched the ground, he's not running away from anything. He's coming there in the world of branches and he's playing with the branch. This is our story. And what are the branches for us?
Good question. The things that we take support from.
Yes. And what are they? What are the branches?
Job. People, money, objects.
Good. So our branches are people, position. Ask yourselves, if you consciously, subconsciously think that some others, in this world, in this foreign world, if you are taking support, if you some emotional support, some dependency, if you are happy, if they are there, is there any position? If may not be financial support, it is just some ego, some self-respect, possessions. Check if things change, will it make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Possessions, place, sometimes just a country, place, house. We are all along understand it is a foreign world and temporary world, unpredictable world. And how much I'm investing into this. Pounds and pesetas and paisa in the money, and if you are in some countries, pubs and pizza. So you're taking support from all these goodies within this unpredictable world. And more you are taking support of these branches, there is subconscious panic. Life itself is of subconscious panic, the victim. What we are seeing here, it is for 1 minute, that practice that you are adopting, just 1 minute, you are letting go of these branches. You are touching the ground. Just for 1 minute, you are touching this ground. You are discovering you are safe, you are secure. You are that invisible traveler, and you exist forever. You don't need anything from here. And having touched this now, you don't run away from these branches. You are coming back in this world. You are with your people, and you are with position, and you are with place, and you are with everything that is there. Your money, everything is there. You are coming back in this world. What's the difference? Now you are in this world with the attitude of play. That is a shift that happened. Earlier you were with the same place and same job and same people, but inside, inner life was of subconscious panic. Now you are in that world with the attitude of play. When will you perform better? Even your job, will you do the job better when you are in panic or when you are enjoying the job? We often give the example. If you are driving, which driver, or if you have to go to another city, which driver will you choose? One who is in panic or one who enjoys driving? So this is the shift that is happening. We are getting into that space, inner space, where you are enjoying, and when you are playing, play is a wonderful dynamics. Play, when people are playing. During that time, you are playing to win. The whole game of plays, you are playing to win. But you also know how to fall. You also know how to start again. And at the end, you feel you enjoyed the game. The whole game is different. The play is a time when it has not become your everything. You know something more, what is beyond the play. If you are completely lost in it, it is not a play for you. It becomes something serious. You know your life beyond. A little bit extra, just like for a guest. This world is extra. In the same way for you, when you play with this attitude, even with this practice, play with this practice. And as you are playing with these practices, you will continue to experience these higher experiences and higher personality. It is good for you, good for others, and it only brings positive results. I think this answers our some questions that came up. How do you achieve, how do you manage your life, and how do you are doing things, but motivation is coming from that play spirit. You are playing to win, playing to score, but you are also enjoying, you also know how to fall.
Something we can experiment with now, and maybe tomorrow it will become something consolidated, because you mentioned something beyond the play. So that's a question, maybe, isn't it? What is beyond the play? Someone actually asked this, how to feel this uncertainty in the world. How to feel this when the ground on this world is not certain. I think that's what they're asking. But
Yeah.
how to feel that this is the security in this world.
Yeah, so that's what we said all along. It has always been an uncertain world, unpredictable world. More you are free, it doesn't matter for you. More dependency there is, it matters to us. More we become free. So we won't be free in 1 second or one day, but for 1 minute we can experiment with it and continue to introduce this 1 minute. All the good habits and bad habits in the world start somewhere. So we are introducing this new habit, a new seed of new attitude.
Would you like to suggest homework? Would this be the homework to experiment with this new attitude?
One homework is to draw some sketches that we discussed today. That is important part of the homework, and go through the ideas. And you may get a recording also. Revision is necessary. And the stories that you heard, share these stories with someone else. You will have to explain what all of that means. So
Hanging on the branches and remind us of the stories. That's a good start anyway.
and definitely create 1 minute 4 times. So you will have to create 4 minutes for these experiences.
That's nice. 1 minute 4 times, revise, draw the picture, and tell the story. And we put the recording where you can find the recording. We've put it in the chat. It's a G Drive link, and you'll get connected to today's session. After an hour or so, we'll upload. So enjoy homework, and we'll meet again tomorrow, same time. Thank you so much.